morning. Welcome to Learning Maths with Michelle. Today we're going to do place value and digit or number value. When you think about place, we think of a name. The same way someone could ask you, what's your place? Where can I find you? Where do you live? Where you live, that is your place. So same to the numbers. Every number, depending on how it is, depending on its nature, it is given a home. And the home of the numbers is called place value. That is their names. So when you think of place, think of a name. So, look at the places. We have thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. These are the places. And these are the places of whole numbers. You can see from 1 to 9, they live in the home of ones. When you have numbers that are in the form of tens, they live in the home of tens. And hundreds, they live in the home of hundreds. And thousands, they live in the home of thousands. And then we have more other place values that I've not indicated for today. For example, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even more. So, then there is something very significant. It is a decimal point. I am sure you have met this decimal point before. But now today, let us visualize it like a mighty mountain, the way we really think of our Mount Kenya. It is a mighty Mount Decimal. But then, in our books, we just indicate it by a dot. Then on the other side of the decimal mountain, we have other place values or other homes of the numbers. But the numbers on this other side are special and different. Why? Because they make special fractions. The first home immediately after the decimal mountain is the home of tenths. Tenths. And it means something whole that has been shared into 10 equal pieces. And just one piece is what we call tenth. So when you have any tenth, you put it in this house. Then the next place value is hundredth. Here, you take the same thing and you share it into 100 equal pieces. You can imagine how tiny one piece would be. That one piece would be 1/100th. Then we come to this home and it is thousandths. Here also we break. On this side we are actually breaking things. So you take one whole thing and you break it into 1,000 equal tiny pieces, and just one tiny little bit is what we call 1,000th. If we could visualize this, let me make a rectangle here. Perhaps it's a cake or anything. Then I am supposed to share this into 1,000 tiny little equal pieces. I am sure one tiny little piece might be so very tiny. Could be perhaps that size. Are you able to see it? Maybe not. Very tiny. Then I have the same size here. Approximately the same. Then this one, we're sharing this one whole into 100 equal pieces. And I can imagine one piece would just be a little bit bigger. Can you see that? So, one piece out of 100 tiny little pieces is what we call 100th. And this is the place value or the home. Then, imagine over here, we have the same approximately And then we're sharing it into 10 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then imagine one piece. Can you see the difference? We are actually growing. Can you see? This is way much bigger. After the home of the place value of tenth, we cross the decimal mountain and we go to this side. Here, there is no breaking. So one whole is really one whole. If you know what a whole is, now we're having wholes. So we have the same, but then it is just full. There is no breaking it at all. We go to the tens, and you can imagine 10 of these will make 110. 10 of them. I'm not going to draw all of them because I don't even have the place to. But if I had all the space, I would make 10 of these, and that would be 110. Then in the home of 100, we would have the same size, 100 of them. And here, in 1,000, we would have the same, but thousands of them. And you can see the idea that from this very end, as we move towards the decimal mountain, we cross it to the other side, the digit, the place value, and the digit keeps on increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. And you can see that I've indicated to show that in their homes. This home is so tiny. This is a little bit bigger, that is a little bit bigger, but then they expand and they grow, and 1,000 is the largest home or the largest place value. Okay, I think with that, we now have a good idea of what place value is. Now, someone may just ask you in an exam, what is the place value of this digit or of these numbers? So, here we have 3 examples that I wish to use. When you see a number like 3, 27, or 459, you really don't see any decimal there. But I want you to know that there is a decimal that is not shown. It is hidden, and it is hidden after the number. So behind 3, there is a decimal. Behind 27, there is a decimal that will not be shown. And behind 459, there is still a decimal. Now, I hope you've begun to see that this decimal is really, really important, because it is what is making us to know where to place the numbers. Once you know where the decimal is, you will definitely know which homes are following, and you will definitely know where to place your number. Now we have 3, so let's write our 3 here. We have our 3, and we have a decimal behind. From where the decimal is placed, tell me. I am sure you will say that 3 will live here. That's why I put 3, because after the decimal, in front is the home of ones. So 3, the place value of 3 is ones, because place is the name. So you come here and you say, what is the place value of digit 3 that you're given? And the place value is ones. But then, there is something also that we need to know, and it's what we call digit or number value. I can know the home, but for example, let's think of money. Would I know how much I have if 3 lives in the home of ones? I have 3 ones. How much would I have? And how much, what can I do with that amount? Then you know the value or the total number of the money you have. So that is what we can think of as digit or number value. When we know number value of anything, then we know what is worth. We know what we can use it for. So 3 ones, that will be the first one, the second one, and the third one. There are 3 ones. So when I count them, what is the total? 1, 2, 3. So I get 3. So the digit number or digit value is 3. So when you think of number or value, digit value, we think of the figures. What are the digits you know of? 1 to 9, those are digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're digits. And they're also numbers. If you're told to write numbers, you're not going to write a name, you will write the numbers because you know numbers. So, digit value and number value, just from the name, you're told to put the numbers. Let's go to the next one. Let me just wrap this a bit, then we move to the next one. The next one we have is 27. So we have 27. Where is our decimal? Behind. So it's that mighty mountain. You see it like a dot. So after this, are you now able to connect or to relate the decimal with the places? Good. I know you can see that. It becomes very easy. So 7 will definitely live in this home. What about 2? It will move to the next. What is important to remember is that make sure when you read the numbers, you have not reversed them. If you see that instead of 27, you have 72, there is a mistake, so recheck and do it correctly. We always write and we move forward. So if you ever ask, what is the place value of 2 in this number? You already know place is a name, so the place value will be tens. And what about the digit or number value that I've told you? You need to know how much you have with you. If it was money, you need to know how much you have with you. So this is the home of tens, but we have 2 tens. In your hand, you have a 10 and a 10. 2 tens. What is the total? You will find that you have a total of 20. And that is what you call digit or number value. It is 20. And perhaps, if it was shillings, what would it buy? You would definitely know its value. You now know it's 20 shillings. You can buy tomatoes or vegetables. That is the worth of that. So value, number value helps us to know the total of a digit. So let's come to this other side. We find that with the introduction of this decimal, which I am visualizing as a mighty mountain, we're going to have numbers that have decimals. And we also need to know the place values of such numbers on this other side. I have, for example, 0.4. You still apply the same idea. What is the most important thing to first think of? Is the relationship of the numbers to the decimal. So, this decimal is here. How are the homes relating to the decimal? Look at them. Immediately after the decimal, on this other side is the home of tenths. That would mean 4 lives here. And if 4 lives there, then 0 definitely is on this other side after the decimal, so 0 will be there. So we have 0 and the decimal, and then there is 4. Where is the home of 4? What is the place value of digit 4 now? Tell me. Tenths. And you come to write the name here. It is tenths. What about the value of the digit? We have a tenth, but there are 4 of them. There's 1/10, then there is another tenth, then there is another tenth, then there is another tenth. When you put them together, you find that you have 4 tenths. This is the number value. So you have 4 tenths. It is that simple. I'm going to do the last one, and what is left is for you to practice with. What if we have a number like this? 0.253. And you're asked, what is the place value of digit 3? Still we apply. What is important is to find the relationship of where 3 is to where the decimal mountain is. So from the decimal, this home would be tenths. Next one that follows would be hundreds. Next that follows would be thousandth. And there you have it. 3 is the 3rd digit after the decimal. And what home is that? It lives here. So it's going to be thousandths. And that is to say, this is where it lives, this is its home, and the home is what we call place value. So we come and write, it lives in the place of thousandths. And what is its digit or number value? 3 of them. 1,000th, then another 1,000th, then another 1,000. You count them, you find that you have 3,000. And how would you write that? It would be 3,000, because 1,000 is just over 1,000, but 3 of them. So the digit value would be 3,000. With all that we have done, if you have paid attention and you are following everything keenly, try to do this one and find the place value of 2 and the place value of 3. 37.624. Why don't you help me to find the place value of 2, the place value of 3, and their digit or number values. With that, I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. And if you have enjoyed my videos, please subscribe to keep receiving more of my videos. Thank you very much, and see you next time.